breakthrough in my spirit first. I wish people understood this, because bad things happen in their life and immediately they go into self-pity and they live there, and they cannot come out of that until God has to intervene and bless them somehow, and they say, oh, God is for me after all. God's always been for you. God's always about your promotion. He's always trying to cause you to succeed. You see, faith needs to get on the inside. Faith is also like a vision. And what is in the spiritual realm is wanting to move into the natural realm. Proverbs 29:18 says this, where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. And I want to focus on this part. Where there is no vision, the people perish. Or one verse says, they cast off restraint. You see, we need faith, but we also need vision, and they're very similar to one another. We need a vision for a marriage that God is for it and not against it. We need a vision for this ministry that God is for it and not against it. We need a vision for our career and for us personally that God is for us and not against us. You see, real vision does something on the inside of us, because real faith works, and it does something on the inside of us, and it carries us through the dark times. You still might not really be crazy about the dark times in your life, but you know the one that lives on the inside of you is for you. I hope you're getting this. I went through a time in my life, even though I've been a Christian for several years, some things we have to learn again. And I'm not saying there'll never be another season in my life where the Lord say, learn it again, son. Take another trip around this mountain. I got something else for you. And I went through a season in my life that it felt like life as I knew it was over. If you understood me, ministry is my life. It's not an occupation. It's who I am. It's what I'll do for the rest of my life. And I went through that season. You see, when a person feels like that hope's gone, because hope deferred makes the heart sick, and some of you are in that place right now, it just kind of sucks the life out of you, and you have to make yourself get up in the morning. You just have to kind of force yourself to do things. And I was kind of in a situation like that where I even went and took out more life, started taking out more life insurance, and I started talking to my wife like, if I don't wake up in the morning, the insurance policy's in here. And my wife said, would you quit talking like that? But I wasn't trying to live in self-pity. That's just how I felt, and I didn't understand it till I come out of it, because it made me feel like if ministry is my life and Jesus is my life, and that's being cut off and I'm a failure in that area, then go ahead and do it. I had rather die. That's how I felt. And maybe you have to be a pastor to understand that. I don't know, but that's where I was at in my life. But I'm going to tell you something. God loved me enough that He said, remember all them times, and I didn't hear Him say these, but it obviously worked in my life, and I said, you remember all them times that you saw me in the valley of your life and I came through? You remember when that girl broke up with you when you was in college and it just about destroyed your life and I came through for you? I'm just being honest. Sometimes some blessings come in disguise. Do you remember when I did this and I did that? And man, I got to walking and I got to praying and I got something back. I come back from my walk with something. Do you understand? You can get something. This isn't your natural self. You know what? If you come and you hear this message all in your natural mind, you're not going to get what I'm saying. But if you will say, Lord, what is He talking about? I want to practice that in my life. And you make a decision, say, I'm going to seek Him. And I'm going to see if this thing is true. Then you're going to find out it is true, and that God does love you, and He will provide for you, and He will speak into your life, and He will give you a new hope and a new place. We have to seek Him. We have to make a decision. I want something. I need something, I'm going to get something. If you want to, you can be a Christian and you can make it to heaven, but you can live most of your life believing that Jesus is your Savior and Lord, but spend all the life that you live on this earth never obtaining a good testimony of faith. Never obtaining a good testimony that no matter what I face, no matter what I go through, He's with me, He loves me, He has a plan for my life, and I am going to get something from Him because I know that He's got it for me and He loves me. You can look at it the other way and say, you know what, it's just not worth living. I don't believe he's going to change or she's going to change or it's going to change. And you get underneath that circumstance and you let that circumstance lead your life instead of allowing the Holy Spirit of God to lead your life. The Word says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. You could say, as a man thinks in his heart about his circumstances, so it is. Whatever you think about your life, it is true. If you feel like you're a failure and think you're a failure, guess what? You're probably going to be that because that's where your faith is resting. But if your faith is, I can do all things through Christ that gives me strength, and your faith rests in that, guess what you're going to be able to do? All things through Christ who gives you strength. It takes faith to see our situation correctly. You may be true when you look at your natural dark circumstance and say it's dark. It may be true. But see, you are not without hope. And God didn't leave us there. It may be true that the doctor said you had cancer. It may be true that my cholesterol is too high. And the life insurance policy was going to raise, so I canceled. Those things may be true, but we don't get under those things and say, this is how I'm going to live my life. I knew a man one time that went into the doctor and he needed a particular type of medication, and I think he was 94 when I met him for the first time, and he would literally run up steps. He said, when God's done with me, I'll die. And he had a little issue in his life, and the doctor gave him some medication, and before he got on the elevator to go back down, the Holy Spirit spoke to his heart and said, if you start taking those, you'll never get off of them. And he never took them. Now, I'm not telling you, okay, to do that. But understand the principle of what I'm saying. When something is deposited in you, if he got that word and I didn't, I don't need to try it. But if he got that word and he believed that word, guess what's going to happen? It was God's word. God's not a liar, can't be a liar.